Hey guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. I am going to do my currently inked for June with y'all. Grab that. So anyway, I didn't really have a specific theme in mind, but I did try to pick a few different colors. Full disclosure, I definitely carried 2 inks over and just re-inked because I loved them so much from last month. And I will tell you which ones those are when we get to them. But to start off, I am going to pull out my not so beloved Edison Beaumont 1.1 stub. Yeah. Anyway, I do appreciate that I have a 1.1 stub, and that's about where the love stops with this pen. But that's okay. It functions as it should, and so I'm going to hold on to it. Anyway, I've got my Edison Beaumont 1.1 stub. I really liked how it looked with blue ink last month, and so I decided to go ahead and ink it up with another dark blue since I use it for my headers, and the color I went with was Colorverse bluish green. It looks, honestly, and I was kind of surprised, it looks kind of like Sweet Tea a little bit. So I'm kind of excited that I may have found, incidentally, an ink that looks like Sweet Tea. But TBD, I'll probably do a comparison between Sweet Tea and other inks that I have now that look similar to me. But anyway, again, this pen is the Edison Beaumont, and I believe the Beaumont is actually the model of this pen, so that's why I put that dash there. And then it is a 1.1 stub, so you can see it's nice and juicy. I will say I haven't put a shimmer in this pen yet, but I think next month that's going to be my goal, is to decide on a shimmer ink that I want to put in here, just because it is nice and juicy. It is 1.1, so I feel like it would show that off pretty well. And then the ink again is Colorverse. And it is bluish green. One thing about this 1.1 stub is that it is uncomfortable to write long form with. And then also, I personally find that it's most comfortable to write all caps with it, which is probably another reason why it's not my favorite. But yeah, it does do well for headers and you know, making a statement, so that's why it'll hang around. The next one, the next ink and pen combo is this one. So this is one that I inked up, or this is an ink I used last month. It's this Ferris Wheel Press Bluegrass Velvet. I really think I am most certainly going to buy a bottle of this if I can get a hold of it. I think last time I checked it was still being sold and everything, but I have fallen in love with this ink, and I'm not even a blue girly, but this Bluegrass Velvet is gorgeous. It is vibrant, it's dark, it's just, it's wonderful. And so I definitely want to get a whole bottle of it so that I never have to worry about running out of it. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And yeah, I mean, I absolutely want a whole bottle of it. So, but I've got this Ferris wheel press bluegrass velvet, and it is inked up in my Hongdian N7 in the peacock colorway. This is a pretty decent pen. My only gripe, well, okay, I have a couple gripes, and maybe I'm just being picky, but one, the silver nib with the other parts of it being gold kind of bothers me, low-key. And then this grip section right here is metal, and so it feels a little bit weird, but I do find that it's still fairly comfortable when I'm writing quite a bit, and you can't beat the ink capacity on it. So this has the what is it, the twist thing where it draws it up. I don't know. Anyway, basically it's got the same type of function that a Twsbi has. So you see how on this Twsbi you can see that huge ink capacity. This one has the same type of capacity. It is just hidden, and all you have is this little ink window right here. So very gorgeous pen, and I think honestly it matches really well. So this is Hongdian, and it is N7 in the colorway Peacock. And then it has a medium nib, and then again, this is inked with Ferris wheel press blue grass velvet. Yeah, and like I said, I love this ink quite a bit. And this is just like, this is a phenomenal match. Obviously, I don't always match my inks to my pen, right? But you can't beat it. It's gorgeous. Anyway, so yeah, that's this one. My next one is actually a shimmer ink, and it is Diamine's Merry and Bright, and I inked it up in my broad nib Franklin-Christoph. So let me go ahead and swatch this. It's got quite a bit of shimmer. And I'm not complaining about it, guys. So there's that. Hopefully the will show up a little bit at least, I hope. It shows up very well in this broad nib in my Franklin-Christoph, and this is the pen is a Franklin I hope I've spelled that right, Christoph. And then it is the colorway Sage, and it's an O2 model. And then it is a broad nib. Truthfully, broad nibs are about as thick of a nib as I ever want to go. I think I will probably have this Edison Beaumont forever just because I'm cheap and I already have it in that 1.1 stub, but I don't think I need to go beyond a broad. Like, I love the broad. It's just big enough that I feel comfortable having like any type of shimmer ink in it, but it's not so broad that it's uncomfortable to write with, which is great because I could write all day long with this pen. And then it is inked with Diamine. Merry and Bright. so, and we'll see. So previously, like last month, I had this inked with Van Diemen's Hummingbird Wing, which, I mean, I love that ink. I'm contemplating buying a bottle of that one as well, but I'm not as committed to Hummingbird Wing as I am to this Bluegrass Velvet. But yeah, I think this will do really well together. I'm not sure how I'll feel about the bright green, so I'll have to let y'all know in my review at the end of the month. The next one that I have is Diamine Pink Glitz. And I have it inked in my Jinhao Century 100 in the colorway Guava. If you listened to my review a couple days ago for my May monthly review or inked review or whatever, you already know how I feel about this pen, so I won't say anymore. But anyway, I'm kind of excited about the pink glitz. We'll see if I actually write with it though. I had this pen inked up with Pink Sugar Beach last month, and I don't think I actually used all of the ink that I had inked it up with, so we'll see. Partially that's because I'm not a huge fan of the pen, but also I'm just not a huge pink gal. But this month I've committed to doing rainbow spreads, so I'm hoping I'll be more likely to use this pink. Alright, so, and this is a Jinhao. And I'm just going to put C for Century 100. And it's in the colorway Guava. And it is a fine nib. And then this is Diamine Pink Glitz. And that is that. Yeah, this is another one, probably because I'm just daring it to like get clogged up to where I don't need to use it anymore or something. But this is another pen that I am not scared to put shimmer inks in or anything like that. But it actually does, for all of its faults, it actually does handle shimmer very well. So if you're looking for a cheaper pen, or a cheap pen, because this was like $10-15, then that handles shimmer, this would be a good option. And they have a ton of different colorways to choose from. You don't have to go with the pink and green gaudy one. All right, so the next one that I have inked it up before, and I like it quite a bit. It's this Noodler's Cayenne. And I only have a little bit left. I'm sure my husband will be jealous of it, because he really liked this color when he looked at a swatch of it. But then I told him it's a slow dryer, and he was like, oh, never mind, I don't want that in my pen. But I've got it inked up in my Esterbrook Estie Botanical Garden. This is a fantastic pen. Esterbrooks are worth the hype. So I wasn't sure about it when I first got it, but then the problems that I was complaining about or were having disappeared. So, oh, I know what it was actually. The nib wasn't all the way twisted in, and then somehow that took care of the issues. I don't know. But anyway, got Esterbrook. And this writes phenomenally. And then this is my botanical. Garden. And it's got a fine nib. And then it is inked up with Noodlers. Cayenne. And I think they did a really good job. Honestly, I like the colors of Noodlers ink so much, but what I can't stand is that they take forever to dry. And so like I could write something and then come back 30 minutes later, accidentally brush up against it, and it smudges. And so that's really my only gripe. Because if it didn't do that, I would have a bottle of this one, and then I would have a bottle of Squeaky. But unfortunately, they are very, very slow dryers. All right, my next ink is Robert Oster Australis Rose. And I just have a sample. And it's like this brownish, like, pink. So I wanted to have this inked up, because one, I haven't had it inked since February. And two, I wanted a pretty ink to go into this white Jinhao tin. Because sometimes I switch out from my usual blue ink that I write with at work, and I'll write with this pink ink when I'm doing my handwritten notes that don't go anywhere but to my desk. And I will write this with this so that I just have a change in color, because sometimes it gets boring seeing blue and black ink everywhere. So I've got that, and this is my Jinhao tin, and it's the white. It's, I think the official name of it is the white and gold, but I mean, I only have one of these anyway, so. And it's the fine nib. And then it is inked up with Robert Oster Australis Rose. And this is not a bad pink. I like the look of it, but I also am like not in love with it. So we'll see how I feel at the end of this this month, how I feel after writing with it. But I know when I inked it up once before, it wasn't a huge standout for me. But I am excited to write with it again and see how I feel at the end of this month. So I've got two more pens. The next inks. The next ink that I have is Burgundy Royal, and I have it inked up in my Hongdian N8 in the colorway Maple. This is one of my favorite pens. It is not super expensive, and I like it quite a bit. This ink, I'm not sure if I like it or not, so that's why I've got it inked up, and that's why I've only got it in a sample. That way I can decide, do I really want this or not? But it's this Diamine Burgundy Royale. And again, this pen is my Hongdian N8 in the colorway Maple. And it's got a medium nib on it. I am, for the most part, a medium nib person. Not that you can tell in all of this so far, but I do prefer I do prefer medium nibs. And just looking at how this looks on this paper, like that true maroon color, I actually kind of like it. I think it goes pretty well with the pen too. I don't even know. I misspelled burgundy. Who all did that drive nuts? Okay, Burgundy Royal. And yeah, this writes really well so far. The ink's coming out of it pretty well, so I'm excited to see how that goes. Last but not least, it's a re-ink of this Diamine Rosewood, which I have in a bottle, and I went ahead and kept it in my Twsbi Espresso. I wasn't sure if I was gonna swatch this again, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But this is a re-ink from last month. I had some left over. Twsbi's just have an unbelievable amount of like ink capacity. And so I didn't want to get rid of it. Didn't want to empty it and lose all that ink or have to put it back in the bottle or anything like that. And so I didn't. I kept it. So this is my Twsbi Espresso. And it is a medium nib, and it is inked with Diamine Rosewood. Yeah, so these are all of my inked pens, or my newish inked. So I do have my other pens. I have about 3 others. This is one of them, my Mahjong. I have 2 Mahjongs. I've got this one that's always got black ink in it. I've got a blue one that's always got blue ink. And then I have my ink of the year inked up in my Twsbi cream and rose gold, and so that's why you don't see those swatched today, just because they're always gonna be like that. So I don't want to beat y'all over the head with it, but these I felt like number one, look really good together, and then also number 2, like these are the pens that are going to change the most month to month. But anyway, let me know what y'all think, like which ink was your favorite. Do you have any ink suggestions for like any inks that would come close to this Noodler's Cayenne? I would be very interested to know. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna give y'all a close up and then cut the video. All right, hope y'all have a good day. Bye.